Welcome following.
Hello.
Hey.
How are you?
Hi. What's happening?
First, for the producers, I want some scoop.
Scoop.
Season 3, time jump, new serial killers.
The scoop on the season 3, we can't do too much. We don't want to give too much away because, we're a show full of twist surprises. We can't give them up.
Throw me a bone.
But you know what? Hey, Jen.
We're jumping ahead.
Jen, what are we doing?
As established before, we're going to jump a year ahead.
That's all I'm getting.
The main change is that the shark will be under the water. So it may take a few episodes before you understand fully who that might be.
I think it's more of a mystery. We got a mystery going this year, a mystery brewing about what's happening, who's behind what, who's doing what, who's who. There's a lot of a guessing game, and it's sort of a web of intrigue until it all starts to become clear as it unfolds.
A little less of the specific, note-taking, or whenever we're in the police station, it's going to be less of sort of like just being in the police. I think it's more of the psychological stuff again.
Yeah, and more sort of a character-driven thriller is the idea behind this season, so that we don't have to sort of, we don't have. Joe Carroll has sort of resolved itself in the first 2 chapters of our show, and now we sort of have a chapter 3 which launches a brand new story and another sort of chapter of Ryan Hardy's life, and it's sort of going to be very focused on Ryan Hardy, his character, and his life. Right? Mm-hmm. Is that fair to say?
That's very fair to say.
Yeah.
I mean, we're getting back to the roots of the pilot that Kevin wrote. It's very Ryan Hardy centric. Because the shark is back under the water, we're going to see it as a psychological profiling. He's going to be putting the pieces together, and we're going to be in his point of view. We're going to be making the discoveries along with him and with his team.
And Sam, how are you feeling about going from playing 2 characters to just one?
Honestly, I'm going to miss my brother. I mean, it was, as an actor, it was the most humbling and rewarding acting job I've had to date, to play 2 very unique people. So obviously I'm very sad that to lose one of them. I think in terms of story, and I don't know too much, but in terms of the story for Mark carrying on, it can only enhance him as a character and make him more interesting. I don't think he's going to just kind of stay where he was. I think the loss of his brother is going to impact him quite dramatically, and I'm fascinated to see how that turns out over season 3.
You still get to have some fun because we're in going back to the pilot as a setup. We'll do flashbacks, and I think maybe we can play with that a little bit and get to see his brother again.
I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
But Mark is going to come back in a whole new fashion, and look for him in episode 1, and you will find him in a very surprising location.
Sean and Jessica, you had that kiss last season.
Finally.
A year time jump. I'm thinking a baby, maybe.
Well, I mean, technically there could be a baby. I'm not sure there'll be a baby. I think what I'm looking forward to this season is, and having this year to jump ahead, I think, Mike is still going to be very affected by the loss of his father, the sort of bloodlust he has for the Gray family. What I think is going to be fun is that Mike all of a sudden has this really positive influence in his life, which is a relationship, some romance. And so I think, I don't think the relationship will ever necessarily be easy for these 2, just based on the sort of experiences they've had, the life that they've lived so far. And I think Mike is still dealing with a lot of the trauma from the past 2 years, essentially. So as far as the baby, I don't know. Do you think we'll be ready for that?
I don't know.
There will be a baby. It will be a baby. It'll be furry and 4 legs.
Yeah, exactly.
Mike had a rough season too. You're gonna kind of let up on him a little bit, maybe give him a little bit of a break.
No, please don't. Please don't. I love it.
He'll appear a little happier in the beginning, but it will be a slow disintegration. Mm-hmm. We're bringing him back in a happy place, because that kiss was magical. I mean, that kiss was really gave so much hope.
Yeah, and but what I love about Mike is I just think it's sort of he's so wonderful in the role, and I think he sort of created the role, and it's a very complicated sort of journey for Mike, and he's a very likable sort, but he's also, there's an edge to him now, and it's a very hard edge, and it's just like we got to see where that takes him.
I think it's a fun relationship for my character because, obviously she's dealt last year with her uncle and now her love interest. She was, I think, starting out as this character who had a lot of morals, who really wanted to follow the rules, you know, and not get into more trouble, try to keep her uncle safe, and like, you know, she would want to keep her lover or whatever safe as much as she could. And now I think this season he's just going to go, I think he's going to be going off in his own direction, but she's going to try to like pull him back, you know. And I think it's a fun start to the season because I'm not sure how much I can give away, but I think we're very close. We're very, very close when you come back and see us for the first time, living quarters and whatnot. So we'll be put to the test.
It's also fun to see the good guy, but Mike, I always saw Mike as the pure good, the innocent, you know, the real guy who's out for, had all the morals in the right place, you know, become corrupt, like, and that idea, like, I thought season 2 had an amazing journey for Mike Weston's character because you saw him being tested so many times, and so I'm fascinated to see where, you know, how close towards Ryan Hardy type, you know, corrupted and obsessive does he become, and that's fascinating as a character.
You have two, they're really essentially very upstanding. They have morals. They have, you know, they're the good guys, both of these characters. And to watch sort of them last year, they kind of got compromised. They kind of got challenged with what they both felt was right and what was good. And they both sort of handled it in different ways. But now it'll be interesting a year later. Here they are in a relationship. And how does that, you know, what happens now as they strive to be good, honest, you know, service people? They're both cops. They're both ones that FBI was
trying hard, trying real hard.
Trying hard to do the straight and narrow, and it's not going to be easy in a Ryan Hardy universe.